Star Myths, Earth Signs of the Zodiac. Created, directed, and presented by Reverend Dr. Dickie Joe Mullen. In this video, Dr. Mullen explores the Earth signs of the Zodiac, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn.
This is astrologer Dickie Joe Mullen coming to you from Orlando, Florida, with some thoughts about the mythology and deeper meanings behind the zodiac signs. The earth signs of the zodiac are what we're going to examine today. There are 4 element groups: fire, earth, air, and water. Earth represents literally earthiness, stability, a sense of economy, security, consciousness, reliability. People with a lot of earth influence in the birth chart tend to enjoy nature, the outdoors, and have an affinity for gardening. The earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Taurus, April 20th through May 20th, is the bull. The bull favors good investments and quality purchases. Taurus often will get the best because it insists upon it, as the saying goes. A child of Venus, Taurus can be observed decked out in the very best garments, surrounded by all the markings of comfort and beauty. Linked to the material world, sensual Taurus needs stability and security. Persistence and permanence can become bullish inflexibility and stubbornness, though, if used negatively. Recognizing when change is needed and making adaptations is also an important part of reaching your ultimate potential. Bent upon charming Europa, the god Jupiter took the form of a white bull, Taurus, and Jupiter, the bull, lured her into mounting him, then rushed away to Crete. This illustrates how Taurus has a way out of all the signs of the zodiac of getting what it wants. Strong of will, yet affectionate, with tremendous persistence, the bull represents the premier earth energy. Natural beauty and creature comforts are the delight of Venus-ruled Taurus, but I personally think the earth herself co-rules Taurus. Green growing things respond with love when touched by those born under this birth sign. This belongs to some of the zodiac's best gardeners. In Egypt, the black and white bull named Apis was honored with offerings of coins and fragrant oils in order to procure a vision of the future. Taurus often has uncanny insight, intuition. A lot of mediums are born under the sign of Taurus or have that sign prominent in their birth charts. In Ireland of old, Beltane, May 1st, a Taurus holiday, would often find magnificent cattle paraded and then sacrificed as a Celtic welcome to Tara's new king. An emblem of art, wealth, and music, Taurus, the celestial bull, accepts only the best of earthly goods. In Peru, there are bull statues, often placed, usually made out of clay, to represent abundance. Instinctively, Taurus knows that those, again, who refuse to accept less than the best will often receive it. The next earth sign is a very different mood. It's Virgo, August 23rd through September 22nd. Discriminating, meticulous, and scholarly describes Virgo. The second mutable and second of the earth signs, Virgo dwells upon accuracy as well as perfection. Ruled by clever Mercury, Virgo is the alchemist, defining raw materials combined with intellect and craftsmanship. This results in the unleashing of useful potentials. Cleanliness, service, and health are values sacred to the Virgin. The image of the maiden goddess cradling a sheaf of wheat reflects health and nourishment. The baking and distribution of the bread of life are a focus, with, the sheaf of wheat that we see in most portrayals of the maiden Virgo. The aura of the earth, which is forever present in her image, hints at an empathy with animals. In Greece, the goddess Artemis, a sister of Apollo, appears as a Virgo bow maiden. Her character was whimsical, mercurial, and dual. Artemis could order either recovery or death to those who fell ill. Known as a lady of wild things, Artemis paradoxically was legendary for her relentless bow hunting. She destroyed those creatures who were less than strong and perfect. The lovely maiden holding a sheaf of newly harvested grain shows at first glance Virgo's link with the earth and the tangible rewards of service. However, a closer inspection often reveals she's depicted with wings and a halo. The purity and agility of winged Mercury as the ruling planet elevates Virgo to combine something of the air with the earth. This interesting alchemy becomes discriminating, meticulous, and analytical. Virgo's identifying traits are those: the tie between the physical and mental aspects of life directly illustrates that the health of the body is always affected by the state of mind that we have, mind over matter. The maiden is the Greek goddess Hygeia, too, who has given her name to the science of hygiene. She appears again as Vesta, the Roman goddess of purity, a sister, a Vestal virgin, who patiently tends the everlasting flame in the temple. The final earth sign is Capricorn, December 22nd to January 19th. Step by step, the goat perseveres. Ambitious, prudent, solemn, and reliable, this is the sign that greets the winter solstice atop a sacred mountain. The earth sign of deep winter has a special link with time, and one of Capricorn's emblems is Father Time, also the angel Oriel, who guards over this sign. Always feeling that the best is yet to come, Saturn's children are serious, seeming most content when studying or working. Paradoxically, there is a light-hearted, even jolly mood projected by Capricorns as time goes on. The most famous quote that I like from C.S. Lewis about Capricorns is, "The stupidest children are the most childish, and the stupidest grown-ups are the most grown-up." Capricorns past midlife tend to have a lot of sense of humor and to enjoy life and to be very, very solemn as children. Ea is a Babylonian god whose name means palace of the waters, and he was a fish-tailed goat. This is another face of Capricorn, often shown as a sea goat. And then there's a face of Pan, the goat god called Min, who carried a thunderbolt as a totem. This Egyptian goat god was honored as a bringer of harvest and reward following a season of labor and storms, suggesting the onset of winter, the winter holidays, and the winter solstice. Saturn, the celestial timekeeper, rules this third of the earth sign and fourth cardinal sign. The goat makes a long climb before perching triumphantly atop the mountain. Capricorns tend to have a rather difficult early life. Again, their later years are often truly golden, and Saturn has always favored the not-so-youthful, the very young. Ambitious and practical, this sign knows how to consolidate. The Greeks related the constellation of Capricorn to the gate of the gods. It marked the long, steep ascent toward heaven. The early Romans saw this goat god as Consentes. He was revered with devotion as a spirit of the land and a giver of life. The sun animated Consentes' facial features, which were framed by horns, symbolizing solar rays, not anything diabolical, which is an important point to remember. A star was often featured prominently over the heart to disclose the spiritual nature of the goat. A body with shaggy legs and hooves showed a simultaneous link to all that is earthy. Now, each of the 12 signs of the zodiac falls somewhere in everybody's natal birth chart. Looking at the house position or planets of the earth signs in your own birth chart will show how these myths relate to you. This is astrologer Dickie Jo Mullen in Orlando, Florida. If you enjoyed the star myths, my book, which is available through the website Sky Maiden Musings, Kuhali and the Spirit of Prism Rosa can be ordered. It's an allegory with a lot more information about astrology and the field of parapsychology.